Hello there, this is me trying to explain how I was able to get Hardcore Risette Fan Trophy for Persona 4 Golden PS4. Um, uh, I just recently got it and I was static because of how many playthroughs I was able needed to do to be able to do it. Let me trying to explain to my best ability how I was able to get it. Um, as you, I'm going to show you the difficulty I had it on. As you could see, based on these settings, I basically did it on hard mode, very hard. What's it called? But I have these two settings right here. These are two settings are important. Retry in dungeon and retry in battles. These are important because I discovered there's three lines for having your main character die. There could be more, but I only so far discovered three. And the beneficial in having these on as well is that if your main character dies, it heals everyone, and if your character dies, the other characters dies, it heals, revives them and heals them 100%. So it could cut down on killing items, so it could be beneficial. Saves times as well because you don't have to go back, get out of the dungeon and ask for the fox to heal you. What's called? What's it? If you check on the persona, I recommend having a persona that has high strength. The reason being that you could speed run the first three dungeons, and when you could dodge, evade all the shadows. But having high strength is beneficial because then from there, whenever you do encounter a enemy, you could easily power through rush mode, and you get to the third dungeon. The third dungeon is important because, as spoiler alert, once you get to the Shadow Teddy boss fight, there's two lines. You might miss if you like me and kill it too quickly. You miss two lines right there. Basically, you want Shadow Teddy to power up and attack you. There's two lines. Once Shadow Teddy's reset her lines, then from there you could kill it as quickly as possible after that. Another important thing is once you go to the fourth dungeon, the Void dungeon, and defeat about to defeat Shadow Mitsu. What's called? There's two lines there as well. What's called when you defeat the armor, the robot. What's called? There's one line to defeat it, the robot, like all the armor. Then once the baby tries to rebuild it, don't kill it too quickly. There's another line there. In this run, I versus the Reaper, so there's one line there, maybe two, but I only figured out one. What's called? Another thing is I recommend for the equipment right here. It depends on how you're going to tackle this. The list for the lines, for navigational lines. There's one you should get. I recommend is having high agility, such as Pegasus Strap, and there's another one for high defense. The defense is just so that your character doesn't die too quickly. Such as this, like you don't want it to hide the defense. Not this one, but what's called. The thing is, you don't want it to die quickly because what I've seen is that Bryce doesn't say her lines fast enough because my character dies too quickly, and then from there, I don't know. She doesn't want to say her lines. By the time I defeat the enemy, it's like too late, or like the main character dies. So basically, you want it to have a high defense, not this one, because as you could read this one, it resists dizziness. You probably want something that doesn't resist any elements, because you're going to mess a line right there. Okay, I'm going to explain about the elements. There's two elements I recommend paying attention. The one being is the old ones. The old ones being that there's one getting inflicted with that. Another one is having your character attack the enemies when you're inflicted with it, because you will miss and fall down. And that's another line. You'll be down. Basically, what's called all your characters besides two will get the lines. That being Yukiko and Naoto. That being that Naoto throws her fan, Naoto uses a gun, so they won't get down. Unless I haven't dealt with it, but if the characters cause a critical, like God's hand or something that has a high critical chance, maybe. I haven't dealt with it yet, or at least not by those characters. Another important thing is, I don't know if these will count, but as I've been experimenting on different outfits right here, you change your outfit, the main character only, it doesn't work with the others. You exit out of here, click square, you click talk to others, go to rise, so you'll say some text, oh you change. And the thing is, if you switch a different outfit, as you see, I changed the outfit, another outfit. Oh, sorry. You see, she says it again. You change the outfit. I don't know for certain if this will count for the 250 lines. I don't know. I just at least should have like added a counter. How many times the lines count? Because there's some lines that the internet says they don't count. So I don't know if this does count or not. I recommend also stacking up on these items. The firecracker, ice cube, pinwheel, ball lightning. What else? Sagaki rice and curse paper. These two are not as much important, but they should be in the later dungeons. The reason being, you want get extra line for getting weakness. Like this is beneficial if you have more than like a lot of enemies. Like try to get as much enemies as possible, but like 4 or 5. 5 is the maximum. Like as much enemies, and having the enemies use one element item at a time, and you will trigger a rise to say different lines for each character. Another important thing is that having as much enemies as possible. 5 being the maximum. What I mean is there's a line for defeating as much enemies as possible. So basically, I'm trying to explain is, let's say Chai, you want her to attack and kill 2 enemies, but you need her to there be 3 enemies. If you want to kill 3 enemies, you need there to be 4. If you want there to say the line for 4 enemies, to kill 4 enemies, you have to have 5 enemies. But you can't kill all 5 in the same time, or else she says something different. That's an important thing to do. There's attack. There's 3 different ways to attack. 1, the enemies attack you. 1, you attack them, but they notice it's you. Another one, the third one is you do a sneak attack. You attack it, and they say you preemptive attack, surprise attack, whatever you want to call it. Those are 3 lines, and it changes on how many enemies there are. There's another. It also changes if you under normal, about the same level as the enemy, or over level. So that's another important thing. Another, just to reminder, just in case I forget, don't have your partners higher than level 5. Or basically, I'm saying level 4 is the maximum for the characters, because if you have them to level 5, they will heal you, and you don't want that because you will miss the lines getting inflicted with ailments, which just going to make the trophy more longer than it needs to be. If there's anything I missed, please leave a comment. I highly recommend I highly recommend looking at websites such as RPG site or GameFAQs. I'm pretty sure there's a spreadsheet somewhere in the internet you could look at, print it out, and crush out anything you already did. It will make this more quicker and save multiple files for each dungeon run, just so you have something to back up just in case you think you forget something. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please leave a comment. For sure, I will try my best to help you.